Good afternoon, everyone. This is PVTV. I'm Robert.
And I'm Anissa. Today's we're going to talk. We're going to start off the show talking about a man named Dave Detriman. Every week for the last 12 years, he's been coming to cuddle and whisper words of encouragement to the tiniest babies in the hospital's intensive care unit. For his dedication, he is known as the ICU Grandpa. Dave holds the babies whose parents can't be with them on that day at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. A photo was recently taken by one of the mothers of one of the baby boys and posted it to the facility's Facebook page, earning Dave a lot of public attention. In other news, we have Silo, a black lab who has been on the road to health for a while, finally beginning to recover when a loving family stepped in and put one paw in front of the other. Heidi Frenza first saw the adoption ad for Silo on Facebook, which described the plump pup as tad overweight, though he officially weighed 146 pounds. Thankfully, the princess was able to step in and get him healthy again.
That's a really heartwarming story, Anissa. Now moving on to chickens. Chick-fil-A has always been popular for being home for the original chicken sandwich, but who loves the holy grail of chicken sandwiches above all the others? Fittingly, Atlanta, the birthplace of Chick-fil-A. In 2016, Atlanta ordered the most chicken sandwiches out of every city in America. I have a feeling a whole lot more original chicken sandwiches will be ordered now that the chicken salad sandwich was discontinued September 30th. And now for the question everyone's been asking, is Jim Carrey okay? After he just recently spoke with E! News' Kat Sadler on the red carpet of a party celebrating icons during New York Fashion Week. Things got super weird. The interview began with Carrey walking in circles around her. She tried to ask him a question. Sadler tried staying on track with her questions, but Jim, however, wanted to make it clear that he felt his attending to this event was meaningless. Sadler then tried lightening the mood, mentioning that he looked nice after he had shot her down attempts at educating him on the meaning of the event, to which he responded, "I didn't get dressed up. There's no me. There's just things happening." So the question everybody's asking is Jim Carrey okay? Or should we be worried about an existential crisis?
Dressed up for the occasion in a red dress and white glittery beret topped with plastic flowers, 10-year-old Isabella Nicola picked up her violin, but there was no recital, and Isabella is no ordinary violin player. The fifth grader from Alexandria, Virginia was born without a left hand and part of her forearm, but thanks to the 5 George Mason University bioengineering seniors, she began to train on the violin. The seniors used a 3D technology to create a prosthetic bow for her arm. They called it the bio arm. A smile spread across her face, and her eyes widened as the team began fitting her arm with the hot pink glittery cover bio arm with her name etched in script on the side. For her mother, sheer encouragement for her young daughter displayed when she climbed on stage for the winter performance. She played in front of her peers. She said to not be embarrassed, to not be afraid of what they would think, but to do it with pride. That's when I won. I thought whether she played the violin or not, she already won. If you need something funny to kick off your last week of September, listen to this. An airline employee in a T-Rex costume guided an airplane to its tarmacs. The Southwest airline worker wore the prehistoric costume as part of the Spirit Week celebration. There is video footage of the T-Rex guiding the Boeing to the parking spot that went viral, and it was posted by the Orlando International Airport this weekend. The company even went so far as to comment on the video, saying, "Looks like the safety vest was a bit snug. Should have ordered the extra large. We'll see ourselves out of this."
Independent experts said that the wealthiest Americans would benefit the most from President Donald Trump's proposed tax cuts, while upper middle income people could face higher taxes. U.S. Senate panel took Trump's proposal on Wednesday, revealing a budget plan. A tax policy center found that in 2018, about 12% of taxpayers could face an increase up to $1,800 on average. The biggest share of people with increased taxes will be people who might be considered upper middle income people, high income professionals, people whose income is between $150,000 to $300,000 in a year. 2017 Tax Policy Center co-director Eric Toder said. New rules in France stipulate that some digitally altered images must come with a disclaimer. The law states any models appearing in commercial photography whose bodies were made thinner or thicker by processing software must be accompanied by a notice that's a retouched photo. Failure to comply is punishable and can be a fine of more than $44,000. It is necessary to act on body image in society to avoid the promotion of inaccessible beauty ideals and prevent anorexia among young people, Tourin, France's former health minister, said, according to the French Daily.
On Monday, because of the mass shooting in Las Vegas, Tel Aviv's City Hall was lit up like the American flag. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Twitter, "Our hearts go out to the victims' families, and we wish a speedy recovery to the wounded. We grieve with you." Bernard Putin also said in a message to President Donald Trump, "The crime that has been taken on the lives of tens of peaceful civilians is shocking in its cruelty." The U.S. and Russia are working together to build the first lunar space station. It's NASA-led, but Russia will be submitting some of their ideas and designs too. They have already agreed on the docking station design and are working together to make the space station foolproof. The main works of the project were slated to begin in the mid-2020s.
Scientists have just made an exciting breakthrough in the form of a new antibody that can attack 99% of HIV strains. The study, which was made by the U.S. National Institutes of Health and company Sanofi, created the antibody to attack 3 major parts of the virus, making it hyper-effective in preventing infection. Even the most advanced naturally occurring antibodies usually only have a 90% success rate in preventing HIV infection. The antibodies used in this trial, however, are actually a combination of 3 antibodies, all of which are super effective in targeting large numbers of different HIV strains. Ohio State University announced a fantastic offer to make tuition affordable for all Ohio students, beginning on its main Columbus campus in the fall of next year. The school will fill any financial aid gaps to ensure that all in-state students who qualify for federal Pell Grants will have the full cost of tuition and essential fees covered. This historic step will expand aid for any qualifying new, existing, and transfer students, an estimated 3,500 Ohio residents.
Last week, the 25-year-old pop star Selena Gomez revealed that she had a kidney transplant earlier this summer. Her friend Francina Reza has generously donated one of her own kidneys to Selena. The first picture posted on the social media app Instagram is of her and Francina holding hands, laying side by side in their hospital gowns. "She gave me the ultimate gift and sacrifice by donating one of her kidneys to me. Gomez said to one of her extremely generous friends. And I'm incredibly blessed. I love you, sis. Most people have two bean-shaped kidneys that filter our blood. A healthy person can choose to donate their kidneys and still be able to live as long as everyone else. Selena said that she needed the transplant because of having lupus, a serious disease that affects the immune system. Last Tuesday morning, the Southwest Airlines had a special passenger on board. A 9-week-old tiger cub was boarded on the airlines to a new zoo home in San Diego, California. The cub was being transferred because of difficulties with his mother. She was being neglectful and on several occasions having aggressive behaviors towards her son. She also has been not producing enough milk for him, so the zookeepers have to supplement her offering with their own cocktails of kitten milk and other adaptations in the decisive for to serve those and for stand in for the real thing. The young cub was discovered during a routine vehicle search by a patrolman stationed at the U.S.-Mexico border. Realizing the young cub could use a companion, the San Diego Zoo Safari Park offered to take Damon's cub and set him up in a loving environment in the Southern California sunshine. As he goes forward into adulthood, Smith said he'll spend all the time with other tigers, receiving important socialization through the routine play with and other reactions. They will learn how to be tigers together, said the Great Cats contributor Craig Safas, who is accompanying the cub on the plane ride.
What is pain? It might seem like an easy question. The answer, however, depends on who you ask. Some say pain is a warning signal that something is damaged, but what about pain-free major trauma? Some say pain is the body's way of telling you something is wrong, but what about phantom limb pain, where the painful body part is no longer there? Most pain scientists agree that pain is an unpleasant feeling in our body that makes us want to stop and change our behavior. We no longer think of pain as a measure of tissue damage because pain does not actually work that way. We now think of pain as a complex and highly sophisticated protective mechanism.
Alright, well, that's all we have for this afternoon. I'm Vanessa Robinson.
And I'm Robert Gaddis.
And this is PVTV News signing out.
Clear.